Let's get right into it. Did you know that the perfectly aged, dusty books you see on a Hollywood set might have a secret life? And the person who put them there is one of the most obsessive, detail-oriented professionals you've never heard of. This is the world of the film set dresser. Not to be confused with a production designer or a set decorator, the dresser is the unsung hero who places every single object a character interacts with. From the coffee mug they hold to the books lining their shelves. Their job is to create a believable, lived-in world, and the best in the business are part historian, part hoarder, and part magician. They're the ones who go on wild goose chases to find a specific brand of cereal box from 1982 or a rotary phone that actually works. Their work is what makes a set feel real instead of like a cheap knockoff. Imagine you're the head dresser for a prestige historical drama set in a 1920s library. The director wants the scene to feel authentic, not just a bunch of random books glued together. So you have to find thousands of them, period appropriate, of course. You can't just go to a modern bookstore. You need books that look like they've been handled for a century, with worn spines and yellowed pages. You start by raiding antique shops and used bookstores, but it's never enough. The true masters of this craft have secret sources, a network of private collectors, specialized auction houses, and even old library stockrooms that are closing down. The sheer volume of material is staggering, and you're the one who has to sift through it all. Here's where it gets weird. For this one particular historical drama, the director was a stickler for detail. They wanted the books to not just look old, but to feel old. The binding, the paper, even the unique smell of aged paper and leather had to be right. This meant the dresser couldn't rely on modern printing techniques that mimic old books. So, their team had to track down thousands of actual antique books from the era. And the director wasn't just going to put any old books on the shelf. They wanted specific titles that a wealthy person of that time would have owned. A lot of these books were rare, some of them worth a small fortune. But the real twist came when the production's budget for the set dressings was surprisingly small. You'd think handling antique books that cost hundreds, even thousands of dollars would come with a massive budget and a security team. But a dresser's budget is often a joke. They're forced to get creative. This is where the dresser's secret weapon comes in, the art of the swap. They don't buy these precious items, they borrow them. They'll trade a rare, mint-condition comic book from another production for a set of first edition classics. They'll make a deal with an archivist to use their collection in exchange for a donation or a prominent credit. It's a high-stakes bartering game that's all about building relationships and trust. The income analysis of a dresser is a bit of a head-scratcher. You'd think that a person trusted with items worth more than a luxury car would earn a six-figure salary. Nope. They're often on a freelance contract, paid an hourly wage or a flat rate for a project. Most of their budget is spent on the items themselves, not their own time. They're paid a respectable, but not extravagant salary. Their true compensation is often in the connections they make and the items they get to handle. It's a labor of love that's driven by obsession, not a big paycheck. Imagine you're in the library scene and you look over a character's shoulder. You catch a glimpse of a specific book title, say, a rare volume of poetry. Some set decorators and dressers whisper that certain productions have sentient sets. The legend says if you place items with a certain energy or history, like books that belong to someone famous or were involved in a strange event, the set becomes alive. They say the props have their own will, and if you move one, it will reappear in the same spot, or a new unrelated prop will show up on its own. They whisper that the best dressers are also adept at the art of spiritual feng shui, balancing the energies of the objects so they don't cause a scene to feel off. Could you imagine this job in our high-tech, digital world? Everything is moving to CGI and digital backdrops. The art of physically finding, bartering, and arranging real, tangible objects is a dying one. The dresser's job is becoming a lost art, a nostalgic relic of a bygone era in filmmaking. But you can still spot their painstaking work if you look closely. It's the small detail that makes all the difference. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.